Parklife is the third studio album by the English rock band Blur, released in April 1994 on Food Records. After disappointing sales for their previous album Modern Life is Rubbish, Parklife returned Blur to prominence in the UK, helped by its four hit singles, Girls and Boys, and Of a Century, Parklife, and To the End. Certified 4 times platinum in the United Kingdom, in the year following its release the album came to define the emerging Britpop scene, along with the album Definitely Maybe by rivals Oasis. Britpop in turn would form the backbone of the broader Cool Britannia movement. Parklife therefore attained a cultural significance above and beyond its considerable sales and critical acclaim, cementing its status as a landmark in British rock music. Recording: after the completion of recording sessions for Blur's previous album, Modern Life is Rubbish, Damon Albarn, the band's vocalist, began to write prolifically. Blur demoed Albarn's new songs in groups of 2s and 3s. Due to their precarious financial position at the time, Blur quickly went back into the studio with producer Stephen Street to record their third album. Blur met at the Maison Rouge recording studio in August 1993 to record their next album. The recording was a relatively fast process, apart from the song This Is a Low. While the members of Blur were pleased with the final result, Food Records owner David Borth was not pleased with the record, telling the band's management this is a mistake. Soon afterwards, Borth sold Food to EMI Music. Blur frontman Damon Albarn told NME in 1994, "For me, Parklife is like a loosely linked concept album involving all these different stories. It's the travels of the mystical lager eater, seeing what's going on in the world and commenting on it." Albarn cited the Martin Amis novel London Fields as a major influence on the album. Oasis guitarist Noel Gallagher was once quoted saying that Parklife was, like Southern England personified. The songs themselves span many genres, such as the synth-pop-influenced hit single Girls and Boys, the instrumental waltz interlude of The Debt Collector, the punk rock-influenced Bank Holiday, the spacey, Syd Barrett-esque Far Out, and the fairly new wave-influenced Trouble in the Message Center. Journalist John Harris commented that while many of the album's songs reflected Albarn's claims to a bittersweet take on the UK's human patchwork, he stated that several songs, including To the End, and Butthead lay in a much more personal space. Title and cover: the album was originally going to be entitled London and the album cover shot was going to be of a fruit and vegetable cart. Albarn stated tongue-in-cheek, "That was the last time that Dave Borth was, sort of, privy to any decision or creative process with us, and that was his final contribution, to call it London." The cover refers to the British pastime of greyhound racing. Most of the pictures in the CD booklet are of the band in the greyhound racing venue Walthamstow Stadium, although the actual cover was not shot there. The album cover for Parklife was among the 10 chosen by the Royal Mail for a set of classic album cover postage stamps issued in January 2010. Release, reception: Parklife remains one of the most acclaimed albums of the 1990s, released in April 1994, debuted at number 1 on the UK album charts. The album stayed on the chart for 90 weeks. However, the album only charted at number 6 on the Billboard Top Heatseekers album chart in the United States. Johnny D, reviewing Parklife for NME, called it a great pop record, adding on paper it sounds like hell, in practice it's joyous. Rolling Stone gave the album 4 out of 5 stars. Reviewer Paul Evans wrote, "With one of this year's best albums, Blur realized their cheeky ambition, to reassert all the style and wit, boy bonding and stardom aspiration that originally made British rock so dazzling." AllMusic's Stephen Thomas Eliween commented, "By tying the past and the present together, Blur articulated the mid-90s zeitgeist and produced an epoch-defining record." Conversely, Robert Christgau stated that the only good song on the album was Girls and Boys. Accolades: Parklife has received accolades since its official release and is largely seen not only as one of the best albums of 1994 and its decade, but of all time. The album was nominated to the 1995 Mercury Prize, but it lost to People's Elegant Slumming. Blur also won 4 awards at the 1995 Brit Awards, including Best British Album for Parklife. The album was listed as one of the 1001 albums you must hear before you die. In 2006, British Hit Singles and Albums and NME organised a poll of which 40,000 people worldwide voted for the 100 best albums ever, and Parklife was placed at number 34 on the list. The album has been hailed as a Britpop classic. Parklife influenced a number of British guitar bands, including the Boo Radleys, Supergrass, Gene, Ecobelly and Menswear. In July 2014, Guitar World ranked Parklife at number 7 in the Super Unknown 50 Iconic Albums That Defined 1994 list. Track listing: all lyrics written by Damon Albarn except Far Out by Alex James, and all music composed by Blur. Personnel: Blur, Damon Albarn, lead and backing vocals, keyboards, Hammond organ, Moog synthesizer, machine strings, harpsichord on Clover over Dover, melodica, vibraphone, recorder, programming, Graham Coxon guitars, backing vocals, clarinet, saxophone, percussion, Alex James bass guitar, vocals on Far Out, crowd noise, Dave Rowntree drums, percussion, programming, crowd noise, additional musicians, Stephen Street vintage keys, sound effects, some programming, Laetitia Sadia vocals onto the end, Phil Daniels narration on Parklife, Stephen Hague accordion, string quartet, Chris Tombling, Audrey Riley, Leo Payne MBE, Chris Pitzelides, Duke strings, Louisa Fuller violin, Rick Costa violin, Mark Farrow violin, John Metcalf string arrangement, viola, Ivan Macready cello, kickhorns, Richard Edwards trombone, Roddy Lorimer flagellum, trombone, Tim Sanders tenor sax, soprano sax, Simon Clark baritone sax, alto sax, flute. Charts and certifications. References: Harris, John. Britpop. Cool Britannia and the Spectacular Demise of English Rock, 2004. ISBN 0-306-81367-X, notes.